Hi, my name is Adrian Rodriguez, and I am the Director of Youth Ministries here at First Presbyterian Church of Arlington. I've had the honor and the privilege to serve in that role now for almost 5 years. And for the time that I have with you all today, I wanted to share a little bit about my Christian journey, a little bit of what kind of led me into youth ministry. I would have to say that my Christian journey is one that began and was rooted in love. I grew up in church. My mom always made sure we had a church home, but I never really had that close and intimate relationship with the Lord. It wasn't until we moved here to Texas in 1994 and my mom found a church home for us, Hillcrest Park Baptist Church. Used to be down the road there on the corner of Sherry and Park Row. It was there that I met my youth pastor, Mason. Mason was just the type of guy that would show up at my house when I didn't want to be at youth events. And he would say, "Get your stuff together, we're going." And I appreciate and I love him for that, because it was because of that that I ultimately accepted Christ at uh, a youth conference that I didn't want to be at. Um, but um, but because of his pursuit and his love and care for me, I accepted Christ at 15, and really, in essence, what kind of started this journey into youth ministry. Mason left and went back to his home state of Florida. And when he left our church here in Arlington and went back home to Florida, I felt a sense of abandonment, a sense of loss in my life. We had such a close relationship, um, and I still had a lot to learn what it really meant to be in a relationship with Christ. So it wasn't anything that he did wrong. It was just that it was time for him to continue his ministry, but doing it in Florida. And when he left, I stopped going to church. And it wasn't until 2004 that I got back into the church. And it was because of my beautiful wife, Alicia. She wanted to make sure that we were a couple that was involved in church and really was, had God first in our lives. And she found a church for us, and really the rest is history. That's where God really started pouring into my heart again, and really this desire to be in youth ministry. So shortly after that, I got connected with Young Life and started doing ministry, volunteering there, and ultimately was on staff for a few years. But it was there that I really learned what it meant to build strong relationships with people, with the community of God. Um, and I had the opportunity to do that, pour into the lives of youth that at times were hopeless, at times that just needed to know that Christ loved them, just like Mason made sure to show me that Christ loved me. And through that relationship with Young Life and our connection with First Presbyterian Church of Arlington is where I found out that at the time First Presbyterian Church here in Arlington needed a director of youth ministries. Prayed about that opportunity, and it's ultimately what led me here. So we've had the opportunity to serve the youth in our community, particularly at Carter Junior High. Still connected with Young Life and still helping with the ministry of Young Life. So a lot of the kids that we have taken to camp are kids from Carter Junior High, and kids that we continue to pour into, and kids that are still connected with our church. So that's a little bit about my Christian journey. We will continue to love our youth where they're at, wherever it may be in their relationship with Christ, and pray that we can continue to do that for many years to come.